Okay. Hello again. It's been a long time since we've done this, and I had a lot of stuff happening in my life. Most of you probably know this because I'm pretty sure only my friends watch this. Thank you, friends. So let's have a little recap on where we were left off last time. And okay, so we started playing as Kid again, and we're doing a new run where this time we're focusing on Sarah's journey. We went through the whole intro, and again, we're trapped underwater. Sara had sang some song at my thumb, which had a cut on it, and that was pretty weird. And then Kid constantly keeps having these premonitions about impending flooding areas or like doom and gloom and stuff like that, and I don't know that he really had that before, so it's a little different. And at one point, Kid found his way into a moonlit prison cell, but there's no idea where the moonlight's coming from. It was all weird, and he could hear a little girl getting beaten up in another room, but in a twist, nobody can see this prison cell, so it doesn't exist. It's all in his mind. He's losing it. Kid is cracking. Yeah, so spooky. Okay. Alright, let me just make sure that I'm all set up here. And we can continue. Go ahead. Load. Alright. So, we finally gathered again in the conference room. Even though I had just embarrassed myself in front of everyone, they all acted as if nothing had happened. We were killing time. We still couldn't think of any way to escape. Still, we didn't want to feel like we were completely wasting our time. Oh wait, 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So we all decided to wander around Lemu for one more time, and as we made the rounds, Takeshi said, "What do you think the record is from running from one end of Lemu to the other? I think we should try to give the tuna sandwiches a completely new flavor." He made a number of stupid comments. We all, with the exception of Sugumi, of course, listened, half exasperated, half interested. We all knew, as long as we were doing something, it kept our minds off of some things that we couldn't change. Like how there was no way out, or remembering where we were. It's dark. We decided to meet at 8 p.m. for dinner. Everyone was left to wander around freely until then. I wonder... Oh, that's right. I forgot. We can maybe skip. Let's see if we can... Nope. Can't do that. Okay. Of course it was kind of an indirect thank you to her for looking after me twice and worrying about my lost memory. I think it's... you we're talking about? There she is. 6:34 p.m. Oh, I can skip. Wahoo! I love skipping. It's great, especially because I don't remember. It's been like months. Alright, so. Okay, now we have a special image of Sugumi hovering over Sara, who's holding a pendant and crying. And I'm in my thoughts. It was just like, it's all your fault. Oh. Bump, bump. Yeah. So, to recap from before, remember when we heard that little girl getting beat up in the moonlight prison cell? This music came up, which is supposed to be a representation of Kid's anger. Cool. So I think this is, in a sense, him being triggered. I think. If that is the proper term. Anyway. You! A hot surge of hate raced through me. Who the hell do you think you are? You good for nothing? I screamed and grabbed Sugumi by the collar. What are you doing? Stop it! You grabbed me from behind and pulled me away from Sugumi. Let go, I said! Let go of me! I continued to struggle violently. I was like a desperate beast devoid of all reason, with my fangs bared and a thirst for blood. What was left of my mind had ceased to be me. 1:36 a.m. I walked around Leimu. After what happened, I didn't want to be around you or Takeshi, but I was too worked up to just stick around in one place. I thought I would pick a place where they were least likely to come and wander around it. I wondered what that fit of rage had been about. Why had I gotten so mad? Why? Tsugumi had stared coldly down at Sara, and Sara had desperately battled to stand her ground. I think if I remember correctly, the scene that I had skipped over was just like, they had a big altercation, Tsugumi and Sara, and like, somebody knocked Sara down and she dropped her pendant and then she clutched it, and I think that's really kind of all we get about that for now. That happened, I think, in when we were going after you before, so nothing new there, really. Just a different reaction. And Sara had desperately battled to stand her ground. What were the emotions that had welled up within me in that instant? I felt like I was on the verge of figuring it out. Like my lost memory had been concealed by a thick fog. But then it was right there in front of me. Right there, covered in a thin sheet. No matter how thin it was, I still couldn't remove it. The more I thought about it, the further away into the fog my memory seemed to recede. I wondered what I could have had in my past. I continued to wander Leimu without understanding anything. Oh, yes. Special image of a whale. Okay. Suddenly, I felt like I heard someone's voice in a room, so I entered it. In the sprawling night sky, there were a number of orb-shaped planets. What other shape would they be? And in between the planets, there floated a huge, soft-looking whale. That's exactly what I would describe it. It was the cosmic whale room, of course. Of course, the whale and the starry sky were all merely theme park attractions. I thought in that wide open space and the attractions would help ease my ragged nerves. Even though it was fake, the expansive space eased my tense mind and nerves frazzled from being cooped up for so long. But I still had no memory. I realized again just how stressed the situation had made me without even noticing. And for a while, I just relaxed, looking at the scenery. What? Something moved slightly on top of the whale. I squinted, peering at it. Sara? I glanced quickly at the planet next to the whale and headed to the stairs leading to it. I sat down at the edge of the whale's nose and sat down next to Sara. I thought that normally whales and dolphins had their blowholes or nostrils near the middle of their head, so it probably wasn't accurate to say its nose. I'm glad that we covered that. We looked at the countless stars sparkling overhead. It seemed as if we could reach the stars in the sky. If I had just stood up, I probably could have actually touched the star, because it was all a facade of fake stars projected onto the ceiling. Speaking of fake, the whale was too. I didn't know what kind of cutting-edge technology they used, but the skin on the whale felt like it could have been real. Bitch, when have you touched a whale? Okay. Then again, I suppose I never... It's predicting me. It's predicting me entirely. Then again, I didn't suppose I had ever actually touched a whale. Maybe I was just working from some image I had of what the whale skin would feel like. Not having a memory was mysterious in a way. Normal and abnormal, common sense and nonsense, they were all dictated by memory. For example, if a sea otter suddenly appeared right in front of me and he said, "I'm your father," then, well, I probably wouldn't believe him. Because in life, I've never met a cross between a sea otter and a person. But with no memory, there was no way for me to know for sure if I had ever met a sea otter person. Thinking of it that way, it was amazing to me that I could be so logical. Okay. I imagined that my memories were stored away in a drawer in my brain somewhere, and I was adding to the drawers even then. However, the number of drawers that I could open was limited, and I had no idea where the drawers from before May 1st were packed away. Still, There was someone opening my drawers. Okay. What? Alright. And he or she was judging whether what was happening was normal or abnormal, common sense or nonsense. Rather, that entity was telling me I was safe without a key. I was a safe without a key. The treasure in the safe didn't belong to me. Incidentally, it wasn't just the texture of the whale skin that made it seem like so lifelike. The whale was alive. At least it seemed that way to me. A whale swimming in a starry sky. It began surging, its back surging like a wave. It undulated again and again. Its soft mouth opened, closed, and even puffed up from time to time. Every 3 minutes it blew out a warm breath through its blowhole. I'll never not laugh at blowhole. A seawater mist of spray would scatter around the area. Sitting at the tip of its nose, Sara and I bobbed up and down in time with its movements. However, the whale undulated so slowly that we could let go with our hands and feel safe. It was like a cradle rocking back and forth. On the back of the whale, we sailed through the cosmos. We were on our way to planet Kui Kui. Did I miss something? I don't know. Okay, well, Sara slowly took something out of her pocket and showed it to me. It was an old-fashioned oil lighter. Why? Okay, so we have a special image of Sara holding this, lighter. She lit it. The flickering flame made Sara's face look red. I wonder why she was carrying around a lighter. I couldn't picture her as the type that would smoke. I thought I might ask her. But as I did, Sara opened her other hand, and in it was the pendant from before. A thin chain wrapped around her index finger, the pendant swayed in her hands. Sara brought the flame closer to the pendant and stared at it dreamily. Her expression relaxed. It was as if Sara was mesmerized by something. A mirror was embedded in the pendant. The flame of the lighter reflected brightly in the mirror. I wondered if Sara was staring at her reflection and admiring herself. I laughed without thinking. Huh? Is something funny? I mean, it looks like you're sitting there grinning at yourself. No, I'm not. I guess you've got a bit of a narcissistic side. I said I'm not. With that, Sara snapped the lighter shut. In that moment, I noticed something odd. It had looked like the flame of the lighter in the mirror had split into 2 images. I thought that maybe there was a crack in the mirror. Hey, can I see that pendant for a second? Sure. Don't drop it. The whale's body continued to move up and down. I figured that's what Sara meant. I won't. Saying that, I took the pendant from Sara. Ooh, we get a special illustration of the pendant, and it does appear to have a crack in it. I wrapped the chain around my finger and brought it close to my face. And as I suspected, the mirror was cracked. It wasn't just broken. A piece of it was missing. I touched the area that was missing. I thought it had probably broken from the shock of Tsugumi dropping it. The missing fragment might still be lying in that room. Feeling the sharp contours of where the missing piece belonged to me made me sad. Sorry, I don't know why I said. The mirror made him sad. I took my fingers from the mirror and I held my palm out towards Sara. Without saying anything, Sara plunked the lighter down on the palm of my hand. Shick! It sparked and lit. Whoa! Look at this! Shoom! It has a man! Man looks familiar. Oh. I had spoken without thinking. A 3-dimensional image appeared dimly in the mirror. So, this is a hologram pendant? Huh? Yes, but... The mirror showed a person. It was basically a headshot. From the shoulders on up, the head and facial expression were extremely clear. I imagined it was made using a holomachine. Holomachines are machines that would burn holograms into pendants, keychains, or any other object that a person wanted. On Lemu, there was even a number of those machines. I remembered that much. It was the same as before. If there was something to trigger my memory, I could recall some things. I thought that I could remember those kinds of things. Why not? But I shoved that thought aside and focused again on the image in the pendant. Since it was a hologram, it also had depth. Changing the angle of the mirror changed the angle of his face. His. It was an image of a man. A man I didn't know. I suspected it was an image that was closed away in one of those inaccessible drawers in my memory. I had no memory of the face. Who is this? Huh? Is it your boyfriend? She's not saying anything. Sara remained quiet. Her expression was frozen solid. It's your boyfriend, isn't it? I asked her again. But there was not even a glimmer of hidden romance on her face. Any girl looking at her boyfriend's picture would probably show some smile, especially stuck in the middle of an ocean. Hey, he looks pretty cool. I said it in a teasing way. Actually, he was so good looking that it was enough to make you sick. I thought she might chirp out, "Oh honey, I hope you're well, I miss you." But there was one thing that bothered me. His image was all in one color. There was some kind of retro trend going on, and some people did go for sepia or monochrome holograms. So it didn't really seem that outlandish. So how long have you been dating? I put out the lighter and set it on the pendant and held it out to Sara. She didn't take them. She was still frozen stiff. It looked like she was forgetting to breathe. Hey, Sara? Sara! Hello, Sara! I grabbed the pendant that she hadn't taken and shook Sara's shoulders. Sara didn't even blink. And then, whoosh! The whale exhaled. Ah! Sara leaped up and smacked into me, leveling me with a powerful tackle. It might have been that she was so surprised that she just wanted something to grab onto. Still, her full weight came barreling into me, and with that, I went down, and she crumpled with me, and we slid down and off the whale's smooth skin. The stars appeared to gain distance. What they said about space being weightless, well, that seemed to be a lie. Before I had time to think about anything else, my body made contact with the hard floor. A fine mist descended upon my skyward face. Sara was on top of me, unmoving. I could hear her breathing near my ear. Safe landing, huh? Sara continued talking as she lifted her face and peered into my own. Welcome to Planet Kikui. Kui, whatever. May 4th, Thursday. 10:12 a.m. I ended up failing to give the pendant back. What? Did you just walk back with it? I thought I would look for the missing piece of the hologram and had an idea of where it might be. It was the site of Tsugumi and Sara's fight the day before. The fragment would have been lying around that room somewhere. I wanted to find a piece and put it back into the pendant. I thought if I could do it, Sara would jump with joy. I imagined her happy face. I crawled around on my hands and knees, searching the room corner to corner. That's strange. What's strange? Surprised, I looked up and there was Takeshi. You looking for something? Yeah. Actually, I explained the situation and showed Takeshi the broken pendant. I see. Well, you're right about it being broken. Yep. If you don't mind, could you help me look? Nah, that sounds like a plan. But can I ask you something first? What? That image of the guy you were talking about? Where is it? Where? It's right here. I peered into the mirror. What? He's gone. Takeshi looked at me skeptically. But it was here yesterday, I swear. I wonder why. That's no big deal. I don't care about what kind of guy Sara would date anyway. No, I take that back. I might just be a little bit interested. But I suppose it doesn't matter now that the pendant's broke. And since the pendant is something that's important to Sara, I'll help you look for the broken piece. Thanks. First to find it wins, kid. Huh? Okay. Takeshi thumped my back and started crawling around the floor to search. And how much is the reward for this anyway? Reward? How much am I gonna get if I find the piece? What, are you gonna blackmail Sara? What are you talking about? You're gonna pay me, not Sara. What? Why? Hey, don't play innocent with me, champ. What? You don't think that I'd let you take all the credit, do you? Sorry. Takeshi wriggled towards me like a snake. He stopped right in front of me. If I find it, I bet you're planning to say you did. I wouldn't... Oh, Sara, milady. Oh, brave youth, what is it? This is yours, milady. Well, if it isn't the pendant that I lent you yesterday, oh joy, it is fixed. Oh, happy day. Oh, how I did slave searching the floor far and wide all of yesterday. And was it alone that you searched, brave youth? Do you jest? Of course, I went on my quest for the missing piece alone. Oh, wow, brave youth, you are amazing! I know exactly what you're planning. You're so full of yourself. Whatever. Anyway, it wasn't a very good impersonation of me or Sara. Don't be so picky about the details. I'm rooting for you, okay, kid? I told you, it isn't like that. I said it's okay. I like doing this kind of thing. What do you mean by this? I mean, well, you know, being Cupid, a matchmaker. Cupid doesn't ask for money. I suppose that's true. Then how about you help me in a return later? Help? It seems like the generator needs looking at. No big deal, just some maintenance that's gotta be done. Sora's orders. In that case, I'd do it even if I didn't owe you anything. Oh, thanks! What? In the end, we didn't find the missing piece. What a waste of time. Takeshi and I were just standing around covered in dust. The door opened and Sara came in. Oh, there you are. I think I forgot to get the pendant back from you? Oh yeah. All I could do was hand her back the fractured pendant. Only then, like Sara was seeing us for the first time, did she notice that we were filthy. What are you guys doing in here anyway? I couldn't think of anything to say. Takeshi and I exchanged glances. Actually, we were looking for the missing piece? Piece? What's that? The piece that broke off the pendant? I thought we tried to fix it for you. Oh, don't worry about that. Sara looked kind of embarrassed. What? What happened? All of a sudden, Takeshi made it look like it was all his bright idea. I thought he was going to let me take the credit. Besides, I'm pretty sure that you're not going to find the piece here. Why not? Because this pendant was cracked from the start. From the start? Yep. I don't know why, but I've had this pendant for as long as I can remember. And this piece broke off a long time ago. Oh, well that means we didn't have a chance of finding it. Takeshi's sigh echoed through the infirmary. 1:34 p.m. After lunch, Takeshi gave me more information about the generator problem. He said that the part that we had repaired before was malfunctioning and the machine wasn't stable. Takeshi told me to meet him to fix it, and then he said that he had something to do and took off. I didn't have anything to do until our meeting time, so I walked around the corridors alone. Suddenly, I noticed a faint voice. It sounded like a song, but I wondered who it could be. I turned to the direction of the voice. No one was there. The voice had stopped. But I was sure that the voice had come from around here. I thought that maybe... Oh, we got a special illustration of Sara. I peeked into the compression chamber from the shadows and I saw Sara. Sara was sitting in front of a thick window and staring at her pendant. I thought I might call out to her. She seemed to be pretty focused on something. It looked like she was starting to recite a song. And there's supposed to be music here. I wonder if I can do it. Oh yeah, she's singing right now. Yeah, I can't skip this part. Oh, I also almost broke the file. So anyway, tonight a story by Moonlight. She's singing some stuff. I like that the game is like having a hard time with it because I've muted it, so hoping the wait will be short. Sleeping, curled, and snug. Sleeping in mother's arms. Boy. She finished singing, thank God. Okay. A tear streaked down Sarah's face. It didn't seem like a good time to call out to her. So I went to leave. In the front of my eyes, another scene fused together fused together with the one that I was witnessing. A girl sitting on a bed, crying in the same way. She was stifling her sobs to keep others from worrying. But who was she? What could it all mean? What was the matter with me? Who's there? With her voice, the image instantly vanished. Still confused by what I had just seen, I answered, "It's me, Sara. Sorry, I wanted to say something, but it just didn't seem right." Sara wiped her tears as if hiding them. "What do you mean?" She seemed her upbeat self again. I faced her and sat down. "That song. You sang it before. In front of the generator room, I think." "Hey, your memory is fine. Maybe you lost your memory because you packed your head with so many useless little things like that." Sara laughed as she said that. "Is that a song or a lullaby or something?" "Yeah. You've never heard of it?" I shook my head. I didn't recall hearing it before. "Really? You don't know it?" I pretended to think about it. Even if I did think on it, I didn't imagine I'd remember it. "Oh, I see. That's right." Sara said it sadly and glanced down at the pendant hanging from the middle finger of her left hand. Okay, that was a lot of detail for some reason. Hey, there was something I wanted to ask you. Huh? I told her about the image of the man in the hologram pendant that had disappeared. I was sure the image was there yesterday. Oh, that's because we're indoors. Huh? What do you mean? Yesterday when we looked at it, we were in Lemu. No, that's not inside. Huh? That's part of space, right? What? I'm just kidding. Here's how it works. With that, Sara took the lighter from her pocket. She put the lighter's flame close to the pendant. Oh. The man in the hologram floated there, the same as the day before. The image wasn't as clear as before. I thought it was probably the bad light. The room with the whale was mostly dark, and I figured that's why he wasn't clear. So you have to hold the lighter flame next to it to see it? I had asked. Yep. It's gotta be either the lighter or sunlight. Sunlight? Yeah, I don't really know how it works, but you can't see it under fluorescent lights. Weird, huh? That was when I understood why Sara always carried the lighter. It was to look at the hologram. Sara lit the flame, and then she put it out again. Lit it, put it out. Lit it, put it out. She stared absently at the image of the man appearing and disappearing. Both of my parents are gone. Sara said that out of the blue. They died when I was little. My mom and dad weren't around when I was a kid. So this song that you're hearing now is actually supposed to be the tune of the lullaby that she was singing before. For a while, I thought it was that way for everybody. Really? I didn't know how to answer. I couldn't think of a decent reply. This pendant is the only keepsake that I have. So, that man is... I think it's probably my father? I don't know for sure, but that's what I think. After a long silence, I said, It's the same for me. Huh? I've forgotten everything, so I don't remember anything about my mom or my dad. If I bumped into them on the street, I'd never know about it. Even if I get out of here in one piece, I don't have anywhere to call home. So I'm in the same situation. It's the same as not having any parents. Well, I should get going. Huh? I've got to go help Takeshi. The generator needs some fixing. I stood up. Oh, sorry. As I was about to leave, I thought of something. Hey, would you mind lending me that lighter and pendant again? Ouch! Takeshi, that hurts! 4:07 p.m. You can take that, you're a man after all. Takeshi grinned sadistically as he patted my right arm, which is supported by a cast. The cast was made of specifically formulated plastic and was lighter than I had expected, not too cumbersome. Takeshi had put the cast on me with instructions from Sara. Sara said that she had something else to do and left the work to Takeshi. Wow, that dive you took was really something else. Really impressive stuff. Be quiet, I told you my leg slipped. You're the one that forced the tools on me. Hey, don't try to pin this on me. I never said to bring the tools along. You're the one who sprang off without anything. If we have to make the repairs again, then we'll need the tools, so I left them there. Takeshi was making excuses. Okay, fine. It was all my stupid fault. I looked at the cast wrapped around my right arm. While we were repairing the generator, I had lost balance holding the heavy toolbox and fallen off the machine. That sucks. Well, don't get too down about it. Sora said that it's a clean break, so you'll be back in business in no time. Easy for you to say. Alright, now it's time. Takeshi picked up an object that could easily be mistaken for a gun at a glance. But it was a syringe, used to inject a cartridge filled with a cocktail of antibiotics, fever medicine, painkillers, and vitamins. Hey, give me your arm. Takeshi put the needle against the left arm. Alright, that should do it. Thanks, Takeshi. The break might cause a fever. At least you've got some medicine in you. Either way, the medicine ought to make you drowsy, so take it easy. Alright. Well, I should get going. Hold on a second. Huh? What is it? There's something I want you to see. What? This. I held out Sara's pendant to Takeshi. Not that again. Yeah, I want you to look at it. You can be a pain, you know. Even so, Takeshi took the pendant as he said that. That time, I thought he'd be able to see it as well. I was going to tell him that it was a picture of Sara's boyfriend. Takeshi scrutinized the pendant. He turned it over, then sideways, and then... There's nothing here to see. Huh? There has to be... Oh! I forgot. I took the lighter out, lit it, held it up to the pendant. I shined a light on the pendant. How's that? Are you screwing with me? Huh? What are you using a lighter to look at it for? Because that's how you see it. Huh? Look here! It's right here. The man's face there and everything. Oh, you're right. There is. And he's not a bad-looking guy. See? That's Sara's boyfriend. Oh, alright. I wonder when I started going out with Sara. Or this is some kind of miracle mirror that shows the future. Huh? What are you talking about? The only face showing in this mirror is mine. That must mean I must be Sara's guy. Idiot, there's no way you and Sara would get together. You said it, not me. You said the guy in here was Sara's boyfriend, right? I'm not talking about your ugly reflection. I'm talking about the holographic image. And I'm saying there isn't a hologram in there, stupid. Look again. I am looking. I am staring. I'm looking at it with my eyes, and they're wide open. I looked over at Takeshi's shoulder, and he peered into the pendant. Look, it's right there. I pointed at the hologram of the man. That's me, right? You're behind it. The guy inside the mirror is you. The guy floating in front of is who I mean. There's no floating guy anywhere. How many times are you going to make me say it? There's nothing there. You appeared as we were repeating that sad exchange. What are you all worked up about? You two finished fixing the generator? You, come talk some sense into this idiot for me. Hey, that's my line. What happened? I showed you the hologram pendant, and I used the lighter. He says the face inside is Sarah's future man. I didn't say that, you're twisting my words. Whoa, is that so? 'Cause either that girl's going to need a sex change operation, or I will. Not for me. Huh? I mean, this is just an ordinary mirror. I don't think that there's a hologram or anything in there. It's a hologram. There's a guy's face in there. I wondered how many times I was going to have to shout the same line. Look, he's right there. Look, right here. I looked over at Yu's shoulder and pointed at the pendant. Hey, kid, are you alright? Are you having another fit? You really, truly can't see it? Really? Yeah, that's right. You can't see the man's face? Yu and Takeshi looked at each other. They couldn't see it. Neither Yu nor Takeshi could. And I wondered why in the world not. Ooh, we're back in the spooky prison cell room that doesn't exist. Okay. Oh, it's a sick room. I don't know. Is it? I don't know what it is. Anyway. Moonlight shone into the sick room. I heard a voice crying somewhere. The muffled voice kept sniveling and sobbing again and again. Who was it? Who are you? I didn't know what I was escaping from. Waiting for what? Was I waiting for me? And where in the world was that? It was... Just then, the scene dissolved away. You ran away. You left that girl and ran away. That voice kept repeating itself in my head. Wait, tell me! I didn't know what I had run from or to where. What was I? Gradually, the scenery around me began to change into eerie colors. 2:07 a.m. I woke up and almost leaped out of bed. I was in the infirmary. My body was drenched in sweat. Ouch! A sharp pain shot through my right arm. I looked at my right arm and stared, confused, at the cast on it. I didn't know why. Then I remembered I had broken my arm and I was resting. Oh, that was fast. I was still foggy from the drugs. A string of hazy memories came back to me, and I remembered the crazy dream that I had. I thought it was a fever from the medicine. I was sure of it. That's why I had such bizarre dreams. I shook my head and tried to get a better grip on my consciousness. I looked at the clock on the wall, and it was a bit past 2 in the morning. Normally, it would be in the middle of the night, but somehow, it didn't feel like that at all. I tried to remember how long we had been trapped there. An extended stay in there where cycles of day and night were meaningless really played with one's sense of time. I sat up, taking care to watch out for my broken arm. Clank! Sarah's pendant was by my left hand. It looked like I had fallen asleep with it clasped in my hand. I've got to return this. I slipped off the bed, my right arm slightly feverish, but because the medicine Takeshi injected was probably still working, it didn't hurt much. I was still unable to move it normally. Next to the pillow was a sling for me to hang my arm in, and I wondered if Takeshi had left it, or maybe you. Either way, I couldn't just let my arm swing back and forth as I walked, so I put it on. And I thought about Sara, where Sara might be, but I figured she might be asleep. I wondered where she'd always slept. An image of Sara atop the whale floated into my mind. I decided to try there first. If she wasn't there, then I'd try somewhere else. A bit groggy, I left the infirmary. I went down down the elevator and headed for the cosmic whale. I heard the sound of splashing. It wasn't from the generator room. It sounded like it came from a pipe room. I wonder what that is. When I entered the room, oh! Special illustration of Sara in a bathing suit? ? Okay. She's struggling and looks upset. Sara! The moment I saw what was happening, I jumped into the water. After I jumped, I remembered that my arm was broken, but it was too late. Oh, God. I swam towards Sara, doing my best that I could with my arm. Sara, grab hold! Huh? Kid? What are you doing? Just grab a hold of me. I tried to grab Sara, but she swam away from me. Just leave me alone. What? Sara? I said stay away from me, you pervert. Pervert? What? Then I noticed something was a little bit strange. If I stretched my legs, I could just touch the floor. Okay. I guess Sara is swimming in the generator room. Okay. Sara? What? What are you doing? Just what it looks like. I don't know what it looks like. That's why I asked. I'm practicing swimming. Practicing swimming. Yeah, just what it looks like? As if I would know. Flailing around like that, anyone would think that you were drowning. It was that was the comeback I had launched in my mind, but what came out of my mouth was, oh, I see. Well, geez. Only that stupid line. Well, since you've seen me, I guess I can tell you. I actually don't know how to swim. No shit. Okay. As she said that, Sara continued flapping about madly in the water as if she were sinking. I realized that we have all this time and I found a swimsuit in the changing room. Distracted, I hadn't even noticed, but when she told me, I did for the first time. Sara was decked out like a Lemu employee in a one-piece swimsuit. I wondered why I hadn't noticed. I blushed with embarrassment. But still, watching Sara's movements, it would have been more of a stretch to imagine her swimming than drowning. Besides, the medicine was still affecting me. I was making up all kinds of excuses. But Sara didn't notice my confusion and kept at it. So I thought that I would try to get out a little swimming practice. I mean, the water in here isn't that cold. And when she mentioned it, I realized that the water was warmer than in the other corridors. I imagined the heat from the pipes had warmed it, so I was practicing swimming all alone. I thought you were a ninja. Ninjas can... Well, swimming is the only skill I'm not good at. I see. Just between you and me, unfortunately, my swimming was so bad that I wasn't promoted to a master. Is that right? What? Kid, you take everything so seriously. Oh my god, I forgot she says this shit. Ninja! Oh. So that was a joke. Sure it was. Me? A ninja? But... but it's true that I can't swim. Okay. This sucks. This flirting sucks. And being in this situation makes... And being in this situation and not being able to swim, it makes me nervous. I think I'm probably the only one here who can't swim. You can swim, right, kid? I hadn't thought about it, but I thought I'd been swimming all right a minute ago. That meant I could swim. Yeah, I could swim. That's perfect. Will you teach me? Sorry. I gotta get my guide. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to say I suppose. Yeah. It's either I don't think so, or I suppose. So I suppose. I suppose. Wow, we have only like one more dialogue choice before that's it. Wow, she's got a short story. Huh? Well, I'm already soaked to the bone. I might as well teach you a little. You mean it? Alright. Wow, you're being surprisingly nice, aren't you? No, I'm not. Oh, I know what it is. What? It's because I look so good in this swimsuit. Better keep your hands off. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, see, I can tell him right because you're getting all worked up. Fine, I won't teach you anything then.
Wait, no, please. I won't tease you anymore.
Promise?
Yeah, I promise. I said I promise. I swear to God, to Buddha, and anyone else who will listen.
Well, alright.
Really? You know I love you, right?
Anyway, I should be going. Oh, I'm kidding. Come back here. Sara flapped her arms about, making even more spray. Oh, alright. I'll teach you, okay?
Yeah. I was hoping that you would say that.
I said stop that. Okay, we get a special illustration of Sara swimming. You remember Sara? Sara and her braided hair. That was a description that was given to her at one point. I don't know how she has braids. Anyway. Sara, you gotta relax more. Just be natural. Sara! I had to strain my voice to be heard over Sara's splashing. I had gotten out of the water. With my right arm in a sling, there was only so many ways to teach swimming, so I watched what she was doing and hollered out advice. But no matter what I said, she still looked clumsy. If you keep that up, you'll never learn how to swim.
Well, what am I supposed to do? I'm doing my best to do just like what you said.
I see. Well, if you can't swim, you can't swim if you're so tense. You need to be smoother.
Like this? Splish, splash, splash, splash.
She only whirled the water into a bigger froth with more spray. Whoa, Sara, slow down! I shouted instructions as I avoided the spray showering down around me. Are you doing that on purpose?
Why would I? What do you expect me to do?
You've gotta move more slowly. Gently.
How am I supposed to know what you mean by gentle? What else can I do? You're no good at teaching.
That ticked me off. Oh, I know.
What?
Sara, you don't need to learn how to swim. You don't need to learn to swim, do you?
Of course I do.
Really?
What do you mean?
Well, listen, Sara. If you really want to learn how to swim, then you should listen to what I say.
Oh.
If you can't listen to what I say, then I'll be going.
Oh.
Do you want me to teach you how to swim?
Yes.
So, is there anything you want to say to me? Sara glanced at me menacingly. If not, then I pretended like I was about to leave.
I'm sorry.
What? Did you say something?
I said I'm sorry. Now, just teach me without being mean. Pretty please.
Don't talk like a baby.
A little bit is fine, no?
Besides, I think I look pretty good in a swimsuit. You should be happy just to be around me. God, not even a little. Truthfully, Sara was something in a swimsuit. My thoughts betray me. But I couldn't tell her that. I didn't want her to get full of herself. Now, why should I be so happy about seeing you in a swimsuit?
Oh, you're such a jerk.
Sara started kicking and showering me with water. Whoa, stop that right now.
Then tell me the truth. You like me in a swimsuit, right?
Why would I? You're in a swimsuit? I was blushing, completely giving away my feelings.
Oh, look, you're getting red. See, you do like seeing me.
You are not listening to me.
You're a guy.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, any healthy guy in his right mind would like to be with a beautiful girl in a bathing suit.
It's not like that.
You're saying that even though you want to sneak a better look.
I said I don't. I've had enough. I'm leaving. I was embarrassed because she had seen through me. I really meant to leave the room.
Hey!
I heard Sara scream behind me. Sara? I hurriedly looked behind me. Sara? Sara! What's the matter? I wondered if her leg had cramped. I sprinted towards the water's edge, and then... splash! Suddenly, sprayed me in the eyes, blinding me. Next thing I knew, I had slipped and was spinning in the air. Splash! The following instant, I was in the water. Ah! It had all happened so quickly that I swallowed a ton of water, and then it went up my nose. My nose stung. I desperately fought to get to the surface. Sarah!
What is it?
She pretended that nothing had happened and resumed the swim practice. Sarah, you're mean. I approached Sarah. What?
You fall for everything so easily.
Sarah, it would seem that you're still wet behind the ears, kid. I think she's trying to swim. Seeing Sarah laughing with so much enthusiasm, I realized that getting any angrier was pointless. Actually, for some reason, I started to laugh. And I'm not gonna laugh, because none of this is funny. Sarah and I laughed for a little while. Anyway, once my fit of laughter was done, I got out of the water.
Kid?
Sarah called out to me shyly. So, should we start?
Yeah. Okay, wise teacher. Please douse me with your swimming knowledge.
You know, I'm pretty strict. You think you can handle it? Yes, sir. Okay, then, let's get started.
Okay.
Listen, I think with you, Sarah, your body gets tight because you think you can't swim. So, you have to relax more. But I'm trying to do it just the way you say. Yeah, but you're so stiff, like a scarecrow, like you're made out of wood or something. You need to let your legs flow freely, like a fish, maybe.
A fish. Alright then, I'm a fish now.
Okay, Sarah, you need to get pumped. I can't just picture what you mean. Well, if you can't imagine a fish, then how about a dolphin or a whale? Anyway, you need to be relaxed so you can move freely. No, you're still too stiff. Relax more. Just let your feet go. Somehow, teaching her to swim had become fun. It was fun to see Sarah, who was always in control of things, in the absolute opposite position. Sarah! Alright, enough of that. It is 3:40 a.m., right? No, p.m.? I don't know what I said. My bad. Sorry. Okay. I waited for Sarah to emerge from the changing room. I played with her pendant. Looking at it without the flame or the lighter, it was just a mirror. I ran my finger around the edge of the pendant. I thought about what Sarah had said in the compression chamber. Both of my parents are gone. Sarah looked so sad as she said it.
Hey, sorry it took so long. What's wrong? Why the glum face?
Oh, it's nothing. But I brought this.
Oh, you brought it for me. Sorry you had to stick around teaching me until the end.
You're the one who had made me stay. I mumbled that.
Huh? What did you say?
Oh, nothing.
Well, anyway, thanks a lot. And thanks for hanging out with me until the end.
What? I was taken aback. I was waiting for some witty comeback, but Sarah was sincerely saying thanks. Wow, you're being so surprisingly nice to me.
Yeah, well, I'm really grateful. Because I finally learned how to swim by myself. Only a little bit, but it was fun. I was happy you were so serious about it.
Sarah. I got a little bit embarrassed. Somehow watching Sarah struggle with something when she was used to always having her way was kind of fun. I had thought about how to swim correctly, but I did have an urge to be a bit of a bully about it. Still, I never thought that she would come out to say thanks.
I really mean it. Thanks, kid.
Yeah, but don't let it go to your head, because you can't really call what you were doing swimming. I was embarrassed and reflexively went into mean mode.
I know. If we have another chance, I hope that you'll teach me again.
Sure.
Next time, I'll really learn how to swim.
Yeah. You just need a little more practice.
Teach me again. Ninja!
Okay, sure.
Somehow, I'm tired out. As she spoke, Sara took the pendant and put it on. And then she took it in her hand and stared at it. I'll bet if my Oni-chan was around, it would kind of be like this. Sara mumbled it, sounding lonely. Your Oni-chan? Yes, I had an older brother. He was fun, strong, and I adored him. But when we were little, we got separated. I see. But he promised me. Promised you? Yeah, he promised. He promised that he would come get me no matter what. Is that right? Yep. So, I'm waiting for him. Waiting for him to come and save me, always. Sara's words brought back a vision that I had seen. Yeah, I promise. To wait like a good girl until you come for me. I'll wait. Like a good girl. I'll wait. Forever. I desperately tried to shake off the vision. Alright, May 5th, Friday. And that's about enough for this one. Okay, well, that was cool. We taught Sara how to swim. Fantastic. We learned that the pendant is only seeable by the two of them. Interesting. Okay, well, that was enough for now, and thank you for joining. Okay, bye.